Now that I see through this patriarchal bullshit, now that I understand like this is a system in place that a power structure is benefiting from, and that we've been manipulated and brainwashed and conditioned into seeking these romantic relationships, I'm like, well, what's love? What is there? What is love? What is there? And I came across this TikTok of this guy explaining the origins of romantic love. And I've heard of this before, but he does such a great job of explaining it. So I want you to hear it. This is from Tira Chantel's page on TikTok, TeraChantell. If you want to, sorry, Telle, if you want to go find it, from Tira Chantel. And I want you to listen to what he explains as the origins of romantic love.
Romantic love was really invented by lower status men for lower status men, so that they might be able to compete with higher status men in the sexual marketplace for women. Because they didn't have the resources and the status and the opportunity that most women are looking for in their partners, they invented an intangible, romantic love that they argued was even more special and valuable than all of that mere stuff. It's kind of a spell that romantic lovers attempt to cast over their love objects. However, it's a tenuous, fragile spell that can really be broken at any time.
I'm going to pause that real quick. You see, okay, so first of all, for those who don't know, you can look up the chivalry movement. This is what he's referring to, the chivalry movement, okay? Being chivalrous, knights being chivalrous, da da da. But I love how he calls it a spell, because that's really what's happening, ladies. They putting spells on us. Let me tell you this story. One time when I was in college, there was this guy that we had a thing, right? And the first time that we crossed the line from just like obviously flirting to like, okay, we fucking with each other, was at a party. It was at a dorm party, an apartment party in college, packed sardines in a can kind of party, right? Beer pong, all that nonsense. So I run into him at this party, and he and I, like, we click and we sit down on this couch and we start talking, right? And mind you, it's like a college typical type of frat house type party, packed to the nines, so much noise, everything, right? Me and this fool start talking. Y'all, I swear to God, and I'm not even lying, this is exactly what happened. We're talking on this couch, and suddenly, what feels like it's been probably 10 minutes, we were talking and we hear this guy come into the room and he goes, hey, so we're going to sleep. You guys can stay here if you want, but we're going to bed. And when he says that, I like snapped out of like the fucking spell. And I look, the whole entire apartment is empty. And we're the only people in this apartment. Me and this dude on this couch still yapping away. The whole party emptied out, and I didn't even notice. When I tell you a spell, honey, and then this fool, toxic love, when I tell you, this lasted for years after this, toxic love. So I think it's so interesting when he uses the word spell, because I feel like I've experienced that, and any women, I talked about this on a previous episode about the heart eyes, right? Where if you ever see yourself, ladies, in a picture with a dude that you're dating and you have these glazed over, this is the picture. You're usually looking at him, you're like, yeah, that's a spell, baby. Beware of the hard eyes.
So romantic love actually works only to the extent that the romantic lover succeeds in drawing the love object away from anything that would remind her, essentially, that the emperor has no clothes. Sort of attempting to draw the woman away from the world into this little universe of two, where everything that we need is in each other's eyes. Forget about everything else. Look only at me. It's a hypnotic spell, whose objective is to lure the love object away from anything that could break the spell. Why romance is generally a strategy for those who can't compete successfully in the world yet. A group that is overpopulated by young men. It's very, very hard to be a young man in this world, let me tell you. They're incompetent and inexperienced, so men can't do anything with them. And they're poor and low status, so women don't want anything with them. No young man is the king. And if they can't rule in the real world, one of their sexual strategies is to kind of hypnotize women with the fantasy of romantic love into following them out of the real world and into the universe of two, where he can be king. Do you understand now?
I hope y'all are listening, especially my ladies. Okay?